Congressman Brian Babin. Congressman, it's great to have you back on. Sir, we have a stunning new report. It shows we're on track to surpass nearly 700,000 illegal gotaways this fiscal year. So that means they come into the interior unchecked, just walking right in. I mean, we're just about two decades away from 9/11, where we have issues with terrorism and more about criminal illegal crime. Why is this not a hair-on-fire moment in Washington?
It's incredible to see what we're seeing, Liz. You're exactly right. The president spoke for nearly 2 hours at his press conference yesterday, and not one question was asked, not one comment was made by the president regarding what I think is the most serious issue we face, and that's our open southern border, because he doesn't want, I think, the mainstream media and, of course, the Biden administration, they don't want to talk about the border because he knows it is an utter failure. With 700,000 gotaways and 2 million people that have just waltzed across our border, you've got 100,000 plus dead Americans, an empowered cartel system down there that is just wreaking havoc on the United States of America. We've got terrorists that are coming across trying to infiltrate our border, COVID positive by the tens of thousands coming, not being checked, not being tested, not being masked, not being vetted, coming into the country. It is an enormous risk to our nation, Liz.
Yeah, 100,000 people died from opioid overdoses fueled by illegal fentanyl, which is so dangerous and lethal. We have now 107 Republican lawmakers, including 21 senators, asking the Homeland Security Inspector General to investigate the president on the border. This is one of the issues that D.C. insiders reportedly say the GOP could try to impeach the president on if the Republicans, as expected, take back control of Congress. Do you foresee that happening?
That's a very strong possibility. After the debacle of Afghanistan, the 13 dead Americans, military personnel, leaving really hundreds of thousands of people, of our allies and other Americans back there, I actually am on a resolution to impeach the president, and I think Secretary Mayorkas as well. What we're seeing on that border, as I just said, is nothing but a national disgrace and a national disaster. And interestingly, we heard the president in his press conference actually seeming to brag that no other president has ever done so much in 1 year. And I think finally we saw a truism come out of this president, because he's done a lot, but it's everything that he's done has hurt this country, from inflation to open borders to foreign policy weakness, 100,000 plus dead Americans overdose, tons, literally tons of fentanyl coming across from China, but coming through the Mexican border on our southern border, and have done away all of President Biden's own making. He dispensed and terminated all the great policies that President Trump's administration had implemented to control that border. We even had deals with Mexico to help us. Now Mexico is actually working against us in many respects.
Yeah, let's stay on that. By the way, let's stay on that, because the press secretary, by the way, Jen Psaki, refuses to say whether the White House will change their border policies. We've got new reports coming in that Mexico is basically breaking up the caravans into smaller groups and putting them on buses to avoid detection, and basically sending them to the U.S. Border in big clandestine movements. These are called so-called ant operations, so that they're coming in, diffused in fleets of buses, the government arranging in Mexico, tens of thousands swamping Border Patrol from Texas through Arizona into California. We have the Juarez shelter in Texas, getting shut down. They're saying, no, we can't take any more illegal immigrants. It's too crowded. We've got COVID problems. We have a 7-year-old girl from Venezuela drowned in the Rio Grande River. That's thousands of people dying on the way to cross illegally. This is really dangerous stuff. Your final word.
My final word is that I don't know what threat level we have to get to before the Biden administration finally does something about this. We've got all of the problems that you just mentioned, dead people, raped, murdered, females, children being trafficked, unbelievable things that are happening. And this president, listen, this is a strategy that the Democrats want, obviously, and I think we're going to probably continue to see it.
Got it. Congressman Babin.